Hello, everyone. So today we're going to be looking at another birth chart. And today will be the date of birth of April 26, 1997. And if you watched my previous video, like in that video, the person had like specific question, like, right? The person was asking why I cannot access Akashic records, right? And for him, it's a very important question, right? Like for somebody, I mean, like somebody who's listening right now may not even understand what is Akashic records, right? But for that person, it was like a very important question. And according to that question, we can look at his birth chart and like we found the answers. I mean, like the whole his matrix was about this, right? Because his karmic lesson was about this. For this chart, I mean, like I wish there would be a specific question, like more detailed question, but there was basically just like desire to know the general kind of like karmic lessons and what the metrics will say, right? And I guess that's how we're going to start. I'm just going to say like the main moments, right? The main moments that I'm looking at. Of course, if, like I said, like if it would be like a very specific question, right? Why this situation is happening, then I can look more detailed and I will know which area I would be looking at, right? So I guess we're going to start. And a few words about this system, right? This is karmic numerology. Like another name of this system is like metrics of your destiny. And what we're looking at, like there is definitely like this numerology have 22 energies, like 22 energies based on the tarot cards, right? They were taken from there. And every single person have a different combination of these energies, different location, different combination. If we're going to look at this chart, on the very bottom, there's our karmic lessons, right? Something that we're supposed to be learning in our past lives, but instead of learning, we did some kind of like mistakes and now the lesson was not learned, right? So this lifetime, we're choosing these specific energies to be working on, these specific karmic lessons. So if we're going to be unpacking them, unfolding them, the whole potential from even previous lives, right, will be unfolding. So the whole system believes that we have past lives, right? And according to these past lives, we do have this. We were born on a specific date, right? And that's why we have specific energies. So what we're going to be looking at? We're going to be looking at the karmic lessons. We're going to be looking at the resources. So those are the energies. If those are in the plus, for the person, it will be easier to pass his karmic lessons. Will be easier to unfold his talents. Will be easier to start working on his money flow, right? And it's actually a really interesting program here. Then we can look at the relationship, like really, like what kind of person, what kind of partner will be the best for the person. Um, Basically, it can be like a lot of details. That's why, like, more specific the question is, like, we will be knowing where to look at, right? Then we can look at the personal mission, we can look at the social mission and spiritual mission too. And I guess what we're gonna be doing now. Whenever I'm doing a reading, I always start with the karmic lessons. Because no matter where we're going to be looking at, if the karmic lessons are in minus, like if these energies are in minus, if you're gonna even if you're gonna start working with the finance, right, you'll be still coming back to those main energies that are not in the resource, like not in the plus position. And every single energy can be in the plus position, right? So right now I can be describing this energy, and the person will be feeling, no, I'm not there yet, right? I'm more on the minus position, like living these energies. But every energy is basically, if it's in a minus position, it only means that there is still something to learn, that there's still some quality that we need to develop in ourselves. And as soon as we're going to be working, as soon as we're going to be going there, right? And this method is actually pointing us, right, where we need to look at, so the whole matrix will be unfolding. And basically the whole metrics, like I said, like I'm gonna start with the karmic lessons, and basically the whole metrics is like adding on to these karmic lessons. Like the resources are usually like the opposite, and you're gonna see it right now. Okay, so if we're going to look at these three energies, first of all, we can look at every energy like separately, right? We're going to look at the third energy, 22nd, and the 19th. We can look at the combination of these energies because the combination they form the program, and the program is like something that was discovered by a lot of regression sessions. So, like past life regression, right? So, people with the same combination of energies they had like similar experiences, and on the very bottom it can be only 26 different scenarios. So, for everybody, it can be only 26. Like, so one of these scenario can be yours, right? And like for the rest of the metrics, it can be like definitely much more like many combinations, right? It's not like 26. With this specific scenario, so like I said, we look at the every energy separately. We look at the combination of the energies, and we look at this circle. Like the circles are the keys that can unpack, that can help unpack the whole program. And what we're going to be looking at with this one, like in some of the videos, I would look at the whole program. In this case, we're actually going to look at the separate energies because the program, even if the energies are kind of like a very like positive energies, the whole program is more on the very emotional scenario. So like for this program, I would unpack it only in the individual consultation, right? But we're gonna go for each energy separately. So every energy can tell us what we're doing wrong in the past life. And if we're gonna look at these energies, they're like super positive. Like super positive, I mean like the meaning of the energy is like super positive. The 19th energy is the energy of the sun, the energy of positivity in the plus position. I mean, like this is if we're gonna look here, this is the resource for this person. This is the talent for this person. This is the money making energy for this person. This is the energies that stays on the very first chakra that actually gives the physical energy for the person to move. And actually, like whenever this energy is like the energy, also the energy of prosperity, right? So the person was born with a lot of energies of prosperity. And actually, the whenever this 19th energy is staying somewhere on the chakras, it also shows what will be the what chakra will be making money. And for this person, just look at this. Like there is a 19th energy on the third eye chakra, on the throat chakra, on the very bottom chakra, right? So the person was like born to be rich, right? We can say. But if this energy stands at the very bottom, what happened in the past lives, right? The person had resources, had financial resources, has like support from the universe, like um in the potential, the person's supposed to be like really happy, like happy and enjoying his life. But whenever we have this resource, we have it for the reason, right? This is the resource that we need to share with the others. Because like just imagine the sun. The sun has a lot of energy. And if we're gonna be just like putting it in one place or like holding it for ourselves, like we cannot hold this energy. But for some reason in our past, like for this person in the past, I mean like what exactly happened, we can know only if we're gonna go to like his own past life regression session, right? With exactly this program, and we can see what caused these energies to appear. But in general, what was happening? The person in the past has this potential, and if we're gonna look here, like there's at the energy of the Empress. So again, a lot of like finances, a lot of like support, and a lot of like resources that the person has. But basically what happened, the person didn't share the resources with the others. He or she either kept it for themselves or just like didn't share or like use it for some other reason that they're not supposed to be using. But these huge resources were not used to for what they're supposed to be used. The second energy is like the energy, like it's basically like these three and like these two energies are the most positive energies from the whole 22 energies, right? This is the energy of happiness. It like literally called like the energy of happiness, the energy of freedom. So ideal, like with this energy, if it is like on the talents or if it is like a resource, but for this person, it's like a karmic lesson, right? So for this energy, the person can be like really feeling this freedom, like not kind of like getting attached to like a problem, not getting attached to the situation, not getting attached to the person, but like really feeling that inner freedom, like really can enjoy his life, like behaving like a child and not taking something really serious, right? But if these energies are staying in the very bottom, they can be showing the opposite side. So the person will actually be like, stuck in something. Like any problem can be like a huge problem for them, right? So like instead of like feeling happy and free, the person will be like more in a depressed state of mind. And actually really surprising how it works. But if we're gonna look here, so like all these energies in the minus, it's like a very depressive state, right? They can be like either like the super positive and super happy person, like who can see the resource, who can use plenty of resource, and like who have access to plenty of resources. And I mean, like it can be like financial resource, like the support from the universe. It can be a lot. And if we're gonna look at the resources, right? So basically, this is something that will be helping to the person to come from his karmic license to the positive side, right? And actually, these combinations like really interesting program. And but in the minus position, the person will be like, according to this program, the person will be feeling desperate. He will be feeling that there is something like um he's basically just seeing the walls that he cannot kind of like break through, right? So in like even if the energies are like really positive, like in the karmic tail, right, and on the resources, but in the negative position, like if the karmic lessons are like kind of like really mm, no, well, I guess like really strong, right? And like, of course, like it's more like all of the childhood memories. So it's either like the healed inner child, right? Or it can be something that like, some emotional pain. And if we're gonna look actually here at the heart center, from all of the keys, only the fourth keys point us that there is some emotional problem that needs to be healed. So this program on this person's heart center. This program on the personal mission with the fourth key, right, needs to be healed. This program is actually responsible for how the person gets the presence from the universe, and presence from the universe are like relationship, finances, like kids, so this program needs to be healed. And if we're gonna like, you cannot see it, it's behind the video, but on the genetic lines, it's again this program, like this program side needs to be healed. So the person is actually coming, and one of his or her mission is basically by healing the heart center. And if we're going to calculate the chakra numerology, like on the moment of the birth, the lowest chakra was actually the heart chakra. So the person is coming to unpack all of the emotions, right? To heal the heart center. And by healing the heart center, unpack his mission and help his or her like genetic lines to heal this. Well, basically, if we're gonna heal it in ourselves, like the whole generation, like the whole line will be healed, right? It all starts from us. And for this person, like a relationship with the mother is like super important. Like in general, relationship with the family too, but with the mother and later with the kids, like will be really important. So if this person is not going to heal relationship with the mother, it will affect everything. It will affect in general like how the person can see the possibilities or not see the possibilities at all. And if this program in the minus position is like when the person feel desperate and not seeing the exit from any situations, any problem. In the positive side, it's again like the person who can actually inspire by his life. Just by his life, he can inspire other people, because like this is the resource of like positivity. This is the talent of making himself happy and making other people happy. But this happens only when we're gonna heal our inner child, right? So like this heart center. So we're gonna relieve all of these negative emotions. And again, like yes, there is like the third energy, the 11th energy is pointing on the relationship with the mother too. And in the middle, with this energy, is basically either this person is using it in the plus position, and for this person, 11th energy is actually his mission too, his or her, right? So with this energy in plus, the person not just like feeling his strength, like understanding how important he is, like how he can handle a lot of projects, how can he or she can work with the energy. Actually can be like a really good energy healer if this person decided to go this way. But in the minus position, if we're gonna look here, like the person will be like feeling depressed, not seeing any like will be kind of like in one problem and not seeing any exits, right? Not seeing like any possibilities, being unhappy. And with this 11th energy in the center is basically how it affects like all of the areas, right? So this person will be like super angry inside, and this angriness, this energy potential, instead of like going to the positive and like creating something, right? It could be a lot of projects, a lot of like help to the other people. This person in the minus will be basically destroying himself, like with negative thoughts. Like whenever this person will be thinking negative about himself, first of all, it will be affecting immediately his finances, because this is the same program on his finances. Second of all, it will be affecting his energy field, because like this 11th energy is connected to the energy field. And in general, when the person is not using this, he like his huge potential, like the potential is destroying himself. So at least what the person can start doing, at least like start doing some physical exercise like running or like walking a lot. And if we're gonna look at the finances here, like financial karma, basically if the person is gonna start like doing some movements in his life, it will open up his money flow, right? Because this is actually a really interesting program. So in this case, the person either can be really proactive, like really reaching the aims that he or she wants, like super easy, because there's the energy of magic, the 18th energy, and two energy of movements. So every year this person should be like seeing increasing of his financial flow. If this is not happening, this that means like no, first of all, if we're going to look at the fifth key, the person need to understand um what the money are going, I guess like what am I spending money on? Because like if this will be the money flow for like no mainly for the baby, or like mainly for to basically to pay off like credits or something else, as soon as this person decide to spend money, or at least like the main amount of money on himself or on herself, the money will increase. Because for this key, it's super important to understand why do I need this money for? And spend money, like the most amount of money on her own, right? It can be either like spending on some material things, like buying herself a car, or like buying something, something for herself. But it should be like like the person should be making money for somebody else, or like for something else. As soon as the money is going somewhere, like passing him, the money is not going to be coming. So first of all, the person should start doing exercise. Well, strangely enough, first of all, like it's a physical body too, physical karma. So like whenever we're doing adding some movements, it will influence our physical health. But second of all, if this energy is on the money flow, just like doing some exercises, the person first of all will increase his money flow. But the second of all, the person will start to understand what direction he or she should go, right? And but in the minus position, this program actually called the fear of movement. So the person will be like super afraid of moving, like super afraid of social realization. And on his like the low, like I said, the lowest center, like the lowest chakra on his date of birth was the heart center, but the second was like the third center, like the center that is responsible for like money making, right? And here's again like the money or like the fear of movement. Instead of like reaching super fast, like his goals, right? Instead of like being super proactive, instead of like having a lot of projects, like the person has like a lot of energy for a lot of projects. But what happens if this program on the first chakra, basically this is the program that is makes the person to be on the same place. Again, it's like kind of like the fear of movement. I just want to be in a safe place. So if the person is not moving anywhere, if he is like instead of like happy place, like a believing that anything is possible, he's blocking his energy on the physical body, and the energy, of course, like is not going, is not raising up, and like the person is like really afraid to go to social realization. And another program that is basically again on the social realization, it's a past life program, and it's basically the um, public failure. So in the past, the person was kind of like doing something after what a lot of people saw, like his mistake or whatever he did, and they start laughing at that, right? Or like they make it like kind of like making him feel guilty for that. And basically, for this lifetime, like for that lifetime, right? It was a lesson to pass that public failure, right? Well, I mean, like it's just the name of public failure, right? So it was something that the person did in front of everybody, but just because it was his soul's plan to show on his example how the person can pass the public failure and to be actually like the winner. So he will be showing how, showing to the others that, like, it's not that bad to be like to do mistakes. But in that life, the person couldn't pass it, right? So this lifetime, the person is like super afraid to do any mistake, and especially if it will be a mistake that somebody else can see, or if it will be like a lot of people can see, then the person wouldn't even move, wouldn't even say anything. But if the person is gonna start going there, like there is so many keys, if we're gonna look at the seventh key on his finances, the eighth key that basically showing the huge possibilities on the social realization, right? Social mission here. Like there is the endless possibilities. So if this person is gonna point himself like a huge goal, like the huge goal, and start moving towards that direction without any fear, stop being afraid of like being kind of like punished by somebody, or like if people are going to start talking about him, if he or she will not kind of like pay attention to that, he or she will be super successful, like super successful. And another thing, so if this person actually um, will look, well, if we're going to look at this, the third eye chakra, and actually it's one of their, like, well, the strongest chakra for this person is the second chakra, and it's his like his or her spiritual chakra too. So, right. But besides that, if we're going to look at the third eye chakra, there is a really beautiful program, like really beautiful. So if this person will work with his or her karmic lessons, right? And start believing in herself and seeing more possibility and like start moving to his or her aims, right? um this program will unpack, and this is the pure channeling, so this person can receive like any information they want to receive. But like again, like if we're gonna see the positive side of this, if we're gonna start trusting the intuition, and if we're gonna start seeing the possibility, and not just seeing the possibility, but if this person is gonna start using the possibilities, right? Then this program will be unpacking, and this is like the really gifted talent, like I mean, like it's a talent to channel, to receive the information from the like spiritual teachers, or like from their higher self. um so it can be like for her, like for this person, is basically it can be channeling, right? When we kind of get the information, but at the same time, it can be working with the energy. So it's like either energy healing, or like a lot of projects, or like helping somebody who is in need. So like helping kids, helping animals, right? So the person has a lot of energy to basically do a lot of things, right? So the person just needs to start believing in himself, like heal a relationship with the mother, to heal that inner child that can be really positive or really happy, and then start to receive all of the gifts from the universe. Well, I guess that's all what I wanted to say. If you have any questions, you can comment under this video.